Hey family, what up? It's your girl Jaleesa. So just to add to my, documentation, my little video album on the internet. So earlier I had came on here sitting there talking about the landlords and stuff like that. So now because, I'm so cool, calm and collected, and I guess I'm just really waiting for this chapter to be over because it's like it's exhausting, but I understand that I still needed to work on things within myself and stuff like that. But I say that to say, anybody who's been harassed, gang stalking, you're a whistleblower, truth speaker, whatever the case may be, you have networks, organizations, secret societies, stuff like that come against you. And I really think it's interesting. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share my video if you feel like somebody else, could use this information. And also, disclaimer, I'm allowed to say people, places, things, and all that because my house is illegally wiretapped in surveillance. I'm in the Truman 2.0 Jaleesa Queen Isis edition. My landlords, Akeem Wolcott and Ahmad, teamed up with High Point Organization, a shelter in Taunton, Massachusetts. And also my karmic familiar unit, the Smalls, whether that's Carol, Ashley, Derek, Sade, Kia, David, just them and all their associates. Because Carol was a notary public constable for over 30 years, I believe so. And then Ida, she's a top ranking nurse in the Morning Star Baptist Church, but we know how they get down. And again, there's good and bad and everything, but my story is just specifically speaking out on the bad because, you know, there's an unalive for hire on my life. There's money on my head, all because people wanted to say I'm a witch because I'm into spirituality. Like other people aren't, but whatever. So yeah, but this video is about harassment and intimidating witnesses and stuff like that. Um, and I'm not gonna speak too much on like the voodoo and the black magic and stuff because this video is not about that. But that was a little at play. People thinking that they won one over on me or whatever, with everything that's going on because there's deadlines with everything. And again, my house is illegally surveillance, so they think because they see me in real time that I'm supposed to abide by their rules and stuff like that. But not for none. I thought business didn't happen on Sundays. And then when it comes to rent, now I don't want people thinking like, oh, she's not taking care of her business. No, I am. But my karmic baby father, Kins De Kayet, um, you know, had me in like a honeypot, a romantic scam. So he signed a contract with the devil, literally. He offered up my soul and his children's souls and stuff like that for fame, fortune, money, so on and so forth. Um, with others that I have mentioned in videos before. Um, and then you have these organizations who you think that they're, a shelter to help you. You think it's a doctor's office that's really for you, a therapist who's, I'm not saying everybody's bad, but just when you're looking for a doctor, if you don't want to do holistic medicine, when you're looking for a doctor or a hospital or whatever, really do your research, because there's angels in there. Like somebody was saying, there's angels of life and angels of death all around us. Some of us have a duality, but you really need to know in your heart the energy that this person looks at me as a human and not just a number, not just a ticket, not just a next. That doctor really cares for you, that nurse really cares for you. And even though some of them are burnt out, that still doesn't mean anything. You knew what you signed up for when you filled out that job application, especially in nursing. You knew what you were doing when you were going to school to study. That's a lot of studying. That's a lot that you have to memorize. So granted, if you're getting burnt out, either leave the field or take some time off, come up with a healthy balance. But to, and not just nurses, doctors, EMTs, teachers, um, cashiers, anybody, you know what you signed up for when you went to school and for that position and or when you signed that application. So I say that to say, So now, due to me speaking out, and they know it, I already said it, I reached out to the FBI. I have every right to reach out to the FBI. If people are literally trying to come at my children and I's life, literally trying to unalive us, I have two children under the age of 10. Our lives are literally being live streamed 25/8 online on the dark web, and that's due to the small side of the family in Boston, Massachusetts, but also High Point organization, which is like a drug treatment. They have shelters for men, women, and family, um, like other health services and stuff like that. But what they what they don't tell you is that they're really selling your information online, even down to it used to be Department of Housing and Community. Now it's like EOLHCH something in Massachusetts. It's like the homeless shelter thing. When I had reached out to them or whatever, and the top people come down. I forget the lady's name. She was Cape Verdean, a little heavy set with curly hair and stuff like this. But anyway, she I showed them my information. Like, I don't know what she's saying, but this is what's what. Like, the facts don't lie. And then I was correct and stuff like that. And she's like, "Oh, but don't, I don't want to see another email from you." That was the first time I've ever like reached out to you because your lower people weren't doing what they're supposed to do. Not for nothing, the employees would come to me and ask me for paperwork and help them out. And these are employees who've been there for 5+ years. And I'm just a client seeking assistance. So I say all that to say, I think it's interesting that Akeem Wolcott and Ahmad and Gym Management Property now over this whole entire, well, ever since Friday or whatever, when Kins had when Shamika from the second floor wants to make a comment to Kins, ever since then they've been sending me emails as far as being terminated from the lease and stuff like that. But it's only the 26th. It's not even November 1st. And so I came onto this video because now, as I'm sitting there coloring or whatever, and it doesn't bother me because it's illegal. It's illegal. Everything that you guys have done is illegal, and you guys are just using scare tactics. So you guys think it's scare tactics trying to scare me, but you have no substance. That's illegal. And that's why when you bite off more than you can chew, when you want to sit there and have blood oaths and try to sacrifice people, and just because people have issues with somebody and you just want to sign on to be greedy and get money out of the government, you gotta use your brain. And no shade, no tea, but now I'm kind of curious what happened to you within football. Because when it came to you in football, did something happen, like an injury, like a brain injury or something? Because there's no way in hell that for you to be a star athlete or damn near almost there to now you have the business success that you would really let your legacy just go down the drains the way it's about to go down. You can be in any country, I don't care. You're still going down. If I'm being investigated by the government, what makes you guys think that you guys aren't either? I'm trying to figure that out. What makes you think that anything else that you've already done that now you're continuing? So you're trying to now intimidate a witness. You think you can kick me out, but you can't. You have no legal substance for that. And then not for nothing, there's text messages and emails. I don't know if Karmic Baby Daddy has them, but I believe he said it to me that you're going around. You said to the first floor that the second floor was being evicted. Then you said to Kins that there was a situation within the second floor. So you guys are going around to each tenant, telling each tenant each other's business. And then now, because your cult, your coven, your organization, you guys are being exposed online, all of you guys, not just Akeem Wolcott and Ahmad, not just Victor Morales, not the Smalls family, Ashley, Derek, and all of them, not Tia and Jason over there, number 28, because Tia wants to back and think that she's not a part of it too. No, there's animals coming for everybody, and your daughter, and her girlfriend, everybody, even the convenience store right here. Like, you guys think that it's a joke. Even the weirdos who are snooping around my Instagram and stuff, I see y'all in the comments and stuff. So anyway, so if I'm seeing everything, I know the feds are seeing everything, and y'all are still the only ones who are like, there's no way I'm gonna get caught up. We can just keep attacking Jaleesa. We can now try to do witness intimidation, and then you're gonna, I believe they even posted up the apartment being for rent online. You're going to have to go through the courts with that one. And since you didn't, now you just made it worse for yourself. So again, online, and it's all coming out. See, I didn't even have to do anything. So y'all want me quiet so much, and then I'm not even speaking or doing anything. You guys can see because my house is illegally surveillance and wiretapped. It's all of you guys being dumb. You guys have pastors watching tarot readings to go back and spread the word or go back, and I'm confused. So now the truth about the church is coming out that it's a hypocrite. So now everybody who gave their tithes for the month of October, I want you to go back to the pastor and ask for it all back. What? How many times a year do pastors go on vacations, and then people who work regular 9 to 5s, they've been on the company for 30 years and they haven't had a vacation in 30 years? So the moral of this video is, hi Akeem, hi Ahmad, hi Akeem, hi Ahmad, hi world, hi High Point, hi the small family, hi Shamika, hi Victor Morales and family and friends, hi Kinsday Kayette family and friends, hi Chantel Widener family and friends. Hello. You guys, Sade, all of you guys are really trying your hardest to tear me down. You guys are online. You guys are doing divination to see how my life is going. The same amount of energy that you guys are putting into trying to tear my life up. Why don't you guys be upstanding citizens of society? Then the landlords want to go up on the rent, which that's not even my rent. Like, I have documentation. So again, you guys can't retract these emails. I have all of it that was sent to my phone. So again, you guys are trying to do another public humiliation. Oh, let's put her and her 2 children, and my children are both special needs at that. And it may not be a physical disability, but it's a mental disability, especially my oldest, who people physically assaulted me. Carol, LeVar, Marcus, at the cemetery. It was mainly LeVar and Marcus, but Carol was there grinning, cheering it on, and stuff like that. When my son was 7 to 8 months pregnant in my belly. Well, I was 7 to 8 months pregnant with my son. But anyway, so because you guys couldn't get me physically, the witchcraft, the voodoo, the magic, the manipulation, the chaos, all that stuff that you guys are trying to send, that's not working. So okay, on Sunday, today is Sunday, October 26th, 2025. When do landlords conduct business over the weekend like that? We're talking about the lease and being evicted. And again, it hasn't even been a month. It's only been 26 days. So then that falls on baby daddy because you said you were going to take care of it and you didn't. So even you keep showing your hand that you sign your soul over to the devil. You want to sit there and worry about a cell phone bill and a cable bill. Like, okay, cool. The kids can do without cable, but they need a roof over their head. So although I didn't meet the deadline for whatever witchcraft blood oath y'all got going on, y'all think that you guys are gonna really rip a roof from underneath, well, over my kid's head? You got another thing coming. See, you guys just keep making it worse for yourself. So now I have a task. Because I know that there's trust funds, there's other accounts that's money for me. You guys can take that money and put it towards the rent. So you guys are just being greedy. That's what it is. You guys are just so greedy. And not being like that, but Africans, stop coming to America and thinking that all black people are stupid. You guys really have that stigma on us. That stereotype runs heavy. I've seen one too many videos. I've ran into one too many people. And I'm not talking about videos of people just being one-sided. No, groups of people from all different ethnicities, all different backgrounds, circumstances, and everything having conversations. And you'll always get the Africans who always look down on blacks. You think that you're better than me, but when the white man is done with you now, look, all y'all are just showing, excuse me, your cult and covens and all that, and disgracing the leaders and disgracing these organizations. Because look at you guys. You guys came for an earth angel. Do you know what karma's about to hit you guys now? My children and I are always gonna be good. I'll own this business. I'll own y'all. I'll own your children. Like y'all are some slaves. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but y'all think this is a joke. Watch what's gonna happen. in God's timing. 15 on the timer.